Good day everyone. So today I will be presenting the Unit 3 Instructional Strategies, specifically focusing on games as an instructional strategy in PE and health. So in this presentation, we will explore how game-based learning and gamification serve as powerful pedagogical tools in elementary education to increase active participation, improve learning retention, and foster socio-emotional skills. So before we continue our discussion, let me read to you our learning objectives. First is to define games as an effective pedagogical and instructional strategy in teaching physical education and health concept. Second is identify and discuss the essential steps in implementing structured games to achieve target learning competencies. Number 3 is enumerate and analyze the key advantages and potential disadvantages of utilizing game-based learning in the classroom. So now let's begin with part 1, the introduction to game-based learning. So here we look at how moving away from rigid, command-style teaching towards student-centered, play-integrated learning creates a more dynamic and effective learning environment for primary students. So in teaching PE, there are traditional and game-based learning. So in traditional, it focuses on rigid simulation and repetitive drills, often leading to low engagement. And there is balanced learning. So when we say balanced learning, balance is physical skills development with real-world conceptual application. And holistic development exposes pupils to diverse context, sportsmanship, strategy, and goal attainment. Now let's move on to the next page, the gamification and health education. So game-based learning is not just exclusive to physical activities in gymnasium. It is equally effective in classroom-based health education. As Singhal et al. 2019 noted that gamification implies game elements like, for example, scoring, role play, challenge scenarios, to non-stop game context. So in health class, game can simulate scenarios like choosing balanced meal, identify emergency response steps, or understanding personal hygiene, converting abstract health principles into actionable habits. So, gamification isn't just for physical education. It is a game changer for health education as well. So by using game simulation, complex or dry health topics such as proper nutrition, routine, exercise, and basic first aid become interactive and challenges. So students learn health concept by doing, playing, and making the lesson more memorable. Now let's move on to the steps in implementing games. So playing a game in class shouldn't just free time. It requires purposeful planning, clear objectives, and structured execution. So now let's look at the 4 key steps teacher must follow. So first is determine the purpose. You should clearly explain the learning objectives so students understand the target skills. So student must know why they are playing. Like for example, so this game help us practice spatial awareness and teamwork. Did you get that? The second is align the game. You should ensure mechanics directly support intended learning outcomes. So you should have game rules match the target skills. Like for example, tag game designed specifically to practice evasive footwork. And the third is engage parents. You should involve the families to reinforce learning and boost motivation. So, extending the health and activity games into home environment reinforces positive habits. And the last one is assess progress. Use gameplay observation and data to guide future instruction. So, teacher use formative observation during gameplay to evaluate students' progress and address their skill gaps. So, those are the 4 steps in implementing games. So now, let's move on to the 5 ways teachers align games. So, for a game to be effective, teacher must customize it across several dimensions. So, teacher control ensures safety and inclusivity. So, intuitiveness prevent cognitive overload caused by overly complicated rules. Differentiation ensures that every child, regardless of current physical fitness or skill level, experience an appropriate level of challenges and success. So now, there is an advantages and disadvantages of using games. So now, let's first discuss the advantages. So, it enhances motivation, cooperative skills, and invasive support. So, what are the major advantages of this strategy again? First is, it enhances motivation. So, studies show students pay closer attention during game-based lesson. Second is, it builds essential cooperative skills like communication and teamwork. Third is, it offers natural peer and teacher support. So, allowing students to learn collaboratively in a low anxiety environment. So, those are the advantages of using games. So, if there is an advantages, there is also a disadvantages and challenges. First is time consuming. So, design setup and equipment management requires substantial preparation time and rigorous planning. So, poorly designed game risk losing educational alignment and becoming chaotic. And the third is distraction risk. So, unstructured play can cause behavioral distraction or overstimulation. So, an objective analysis require acknowledging implementation bundles. So, game-based learning demands more preparation time, standard lectures, or straightforward drills. So, furthermore, if classroom management is weak or rules are poorly defined, games can result in excitement without learning, safety hazard, or exclusion or less confident student. So those are the disadvantages of using games in learning. So, an effective game-based instruction isn't about playing games for entertainment. It is about using structured play as a deliberate mechanism to achieve curriculum outcomes, accommodate skills in all levels, and observe student growth in authentic settings. So that's all conclude of my report. Thank you for listening. Have a good day and God bless.